You ever have one of those moments? Something so perfectly timed, so weirdly specific that you just have to stop and wonder, is this really just a coincidence? Well, let's get into it. Because what if those moments aren't random at all? What if there's something much, much bigger? The short answer? Nope. They're not accidents. They are responses. And look, I know that sounds like a pretty radical idea, but I bet it's something you've felt your entire life. That little inkling, that sense that there's some kind of hidden order to things. I mean, think about it. You're thinking about an old friend and boom, your phone rings and it's them. Or you're wrestling with a problem and the song that comes on the radio has the exact lyrics you needed to hear. These aren't just little statistical quirks. They're a language, a code. Okay, so let's get right to the heart of this. The whole idea here is that reality, it isn't some cold, uncaring machine just running on probability and chance. It's more like a mirror. It's alive, it's intelligent, and it's constantly reshaping itself to match the rhythm of your inner world. This is where we really have to shift our perspective. See, the universe isn't just reacting to what you say you want, it's resonating with your actual state of being. It's why they say you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. If your inner world is full of gratitude, you'll find the outer world just keeps giving you more things to be grateful for.
And this brings us to a whole new way of looking at our role in all of this. We're taught to see ourselves as just spectators, kind of getting tossed around by the random events of life. But in this model, you're not watching the show. You're the silent architect of your entire experience.
So you've got the old model, right? Life is random, A causes B, and you're just along for the ride. But the mirror model suggests something so much more dynamic. And this isn't just some new age philosophy. It actually echoes what we're seeing in science. In quantum physics, they have this thing called the observer effect, which basically shows that the simple act of observing something can change it. Ancient mystics had a much simpler way to say it: awareness creates form.
So here's the key takeaway. The outer world is a direct, unfiltered reflection of your inner state. You ever feel like you're stuck in a loop? The same arguments, the same frustrations, over and over? Well, those aren't curses. They're invitations. They're the universe holding up a mirror, showing you exactly what needs to be healed within you. You change yourself, and the reflection, well, it has no choice but to change right along with you. It becomes a conversation. In this incredible cosmic conversation, it actually has a name. The amazing psychologist Carl Jung, he gave us the perfect word for these meaningful coincidences. He called it synchronicity.
Jung saw it as this incredible bridge between our mind and the material world. That point where our inner invisible world tangibly connects with the outer visible one. But how does that bridge actually get built?
The mystic Neville Goddard had a beautiful term for it, the bridge of incidents. It's this invisible, almost magical sequence of events that carries you from an inner feeling to its outer expression. It's not logical, it's not A leads to B leads to C. No, it's resonance. It's a perfectly timed series of events that just guides you there.
So think of it like this. The universe has its own vocabulary. It speaks to us through things like repeating numbers, 1111, 444, those vivid dreams that feel more real than real life, or just that gut feeling, that intuitive tug you get that you can't explain. These aren't just random noise. They're signs. They're little winks from the universe, confirming that your inner shift is already making waves in the world around you.
So if the universe is speaking to us, constantly reflecting us, then what does that really say about who we are? This is where the idea just completely blossoms. This is where it all clicks into place. See, we tend to think of ourselves as these small beings living inside this huge external universe.
But what if we've had it completely backwards? What if the universe is actually within you, looking out at the world through your eyes? And that leads to the ultimate conclusion. You are both. You're the observer, and you're the thing being observed. Now, in this whole creative process, your thoughts are definitely important, but they are not the whole story. Your thoughts might draw up the plans, but it's your feeling, your emotion, that's the creative fire that actually builds the house.
Think about it like this. Your mind is the architect. It designs the blueprint, but your heart is the construction crew. It's what actually delivers the creation. Reality doesn't respond to your empty words. It responds to the feeling that you charge those words with. To bring something into your life, you first have to embody that reality inside yourself. It's a process of resonance, not brute force.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do we get out of our heads and actually start living this way? How do we start having this conversation with the universe deliberately?
First, feel deliberately.
Don't wait for the world to give you a reason to feel joy or peace. You be the source of that feeling. Then trust the timing and let go of trying to control every little outcome. Start noticing the reflections, seeing every single event, good or bad, as a message, a teacher. And most importantly, transform the source, which is you, not the reflection.
You see, this whole journey doesn't end with some big, flashy miracle. It ends in a quiet remembrance of who you've always been. The ancient mystics, they had it right all along. Know thyself. That wasn't a metaphor. It was a map. And when you truly remember who you are, you stop searching for signs from the universe because you've become one.
And so, that leaves us here with this one final, powerful question. Once you truly accept that you are not just a character in the story, but you are also its author, the whole game changes. You stop reacting to a world that happens to you, and you start composing a world that flows from you. So the only question left is, what masterpiece will you create?